Hi, friends. Welcome to Tabletop Tonight. My name's Ruel Gaviola. Let's learn Naasii. In Naasii, a 2 to 5 player game, you're trying to score the most points possible over a set number of rounds. Now, I've got it set up here for 2 players, so we're going to be playing 11 rounds, and I'm going to show you how to play the game. On your turn, you're going to select 3 of the 12-sided dice, white dice, and roll it. Now, every turn you must lock at least one. You can lock more than one, but you have to lock at least one. So I've got a 2, a 7, and a 10. Now, what the heck are we trying to score here? What we're trying to do is grab runs or sets. A run is any collection of 3 or more numbers in a row or ascending order. So, for instance, if we had a 6, a 5, and a 7, that would be a run of 3 dice. And a set is a collection of 3 or more dice that are the same number. So in this case, we could have 3 number 10s or more to score. But this is my first turn. I need to lock something. I feel like I'm going to be lucky with number 10. So we're going to lock that. And then you can either choose a score here or push your luck. I, of course, am going to push my luck. So I place these back to reroll. And then I'm going to add 2 more white dice and 1 black die. Now, the black die, the crow, can mess you up. So I'll show you in a second what's happening here. I'm going to roll these dice, and boom, ba-da-doom. I've rolled a 9. Or actually, no, I'm okay. I've rolled a 6 on the black die, a 1, a 1, and a 10. Okay. So what this means, if I had matched any unlocked dice with the black die, then I would eliminate those dice. So I'm going to show you what happens. Let's say this was a 6. Okay, not a 9. Now, this has been eliminated, so this die goes to my opponent. They're going to get an extra die to start their turn. Boo earns. So I would lock the 10 here, and then I'm going to continue to push my luck. I'm going to grab 2 more dice, another black die. So these are from the last turn. This one as well, and then 2 more white dice and 1 black die. I roll again. And hey, look at that. I rolled a 3, a 9, a 5 on the white dice, a 6, a 10, and an 11. Now, before the game even started, you'll notice I have some numbers here. On my sheet, Ruel, that's me, and then not Ruel, that's not me. I've got a 7 and 11. These are our lucky numbers. Those lucky numbers are always in play on your opponent's turn. So in this case, my opponent, not Ruel, has an 11 marked off. I've rolled an 11. So what they do is take their writing utensil and mark off a Naasii. Okay, so here, I'll put an X for that so you can see it. The Naasii is basically like a currency you can spend in the game. So the not Ruel player has 1 so far. Okay, so now I check here. The 3 and 9, I have not done anything here, so I'm safe. I'm going to lock the number 10. Now, let's say, for instance, I had locked, or I rolled a 10 black. So I have 2 of these locked already. I would eliminate the 10 here, but anything that's been locked, you do not eliminate. So in that case, that's my turn. I'm going to stop there and score. So what you do to score is I've got a set of 10s. I go over here to my score sheet. I look under either run or set, and I just mark off. I have now scored the set. In this first round, it's 1, 2, and 3 dice. So you just look at the number of dice that you have and write that in the round tracker there. So I've scored 3 points this round. Okay, so now it's my opponent's turn. They have the extra one that was eliminated during my turn. So then they grab 3 dice. These are all done here. And they're going to roll 4 dice to start their turn. They've got a 1, 2, and a 4 that they would like to keep. Now you'll notice the 1 here, they get 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have a run that has 3 numbers, but it's not consecutive here. So they're missing a number. They do have a 9, but they're going to re-roll that. And then they grab 2 more. They decide to push their luck. They're going to grab 2 more dice and a black die. They're going to roll these, hoping for that 3. But hey, look at this. They've got a number 5, which doesn't do anything, thankfully. They have a 6, and they have a 12 and a 1. Now, the 1, it's not going to do any good. But the 6 can go here. Oh, actually, no, it can't. What they can do with the 12, though, 12 white is always wild. So you can put that there. They have a 1, 2, 3, 4. I was thinking maybe they could put a 5 here and they get the 6. But they're going to end their turn there and score a run, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on their sheet, they look at here, any number that's in the run, you're going to mark off. So this run is 1, 2, 3, 4. Just for simplicity's sake, let's mark off the 1. Their run is 4, so they 4 dice, so they get 4 points. Now, the black die, friends, the number 12, it is not wild, unfortunately. What this does is it causes you to bust, and you do not want that to happen because your turn is over. So if you have a rolled 12, you busted. However, on that roll, if you had rolled a 12 white, then you could eliminate that. That would go to your opponent, and then you're safe from the bust. Now, let's say you do bust. What happens? Glad you asked, Ruel. What happens on a bust is you're going to mark off 3 Naasii. So it's sort of like a makeup. So you just mark off 1, 2, 3 Naasii, and you're going to be able to spend those in the advanced game. And I'll talk about that in just a second here. So you just go back and forth until you play the number of rounds and the most points wins. Other ways to get Naasiis, folks, is if you try to score and you cannot, let's just say the luck of the dice is just against you, it doesn't work out, you're going to get 4 Naasii. So you're just going to mark a 0 on your score sheet, but then mark off 4 Naasii. Now, Naasiis at the end of the game are worth 1 point for every 3 Naasiis. So if you have 6 Naasiis, you get 2 points. So we've been talking about the base game, the basic game. That's pretty much how you play Naasii, folks. This is where the game gets really fun. These optional rules right here, I've had them up here. Every round, you're going to be able to spend Naasiis on some of these optional rules. For instance, you can adjust dice by 1 or fewer than 1 pip value, depending on how many Naasii you spend. So in this case, adjust, you spend 1 Naasii, you can bump a 6 to a 7 perhaps. Or reroll, you spend 1 Naasii, you can reroll 1 or 2 unlocked white dice. If you go up to 2 Naasii, you can eliminate a white 12 for 3 Naasii. So if you had you can eliminate a dice by spending Naasii. You could also spend up to 3 Naasii. You spend it for the evade action. This is reroll all dice just eliminated. So if you happen to have that unlucky roll, say roll a 9 and you rolled a couple of white 9s, you can eliminate that by spending Naasii and re-roll them. So that's a pretty cool way to keep dice. That's where the game really shines, is when you start adding in those nice Naasii abilities. Naasii for sheezy, as we like to say in my household. And that's Naasii. I hope you're able to learn the game through this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And while you're at it, please hit the subscribe and like button, and I will learn a game with you next time. Bye, friends.